experiment and I misspoke, clap rock. It is bad.
You're up, Patrick.
All right, doing my 6-minute talk about pressure ones, I think never mind. There you go. Talking about some places we can see thermodynamic principles outside the classroom. So, next slide. First, I'm just going to talk about a pressure cooker. I mean, I don't know how many people have used one before. I haven't, but you know, they're pretty neat. They work by basically raising the pressure inside. So, whatever you're cooking can cook at a higher temperature instead of just boiling. For instance, if you could try to cook chicken at a too high temperature in a pot or something, it's just going to boil and not really cook how you want it to, versus if you use a pressure cooker, it can cook at that higher temperature without boiling and just coming, you know, kind of nasty. And they can cook faster because of the boiling point again, and the heat transfer works better, more efficient energy. So next slide. Just some general equations that are kind of relevant to a pressure cooker: your ideal gas law, Boyle's law, Charles' law, general heat transfer equation, you know, all stuff we've seen before. So next, I'm going to talk about the induction stove, which they work by, you know, I don't know, maybe some of us have touched the stove on accident, burnt your hand, it sucks pretty bad. Well, I mean, these are not popular with some people. Some people hate electric stoves like this, but one advantage is they do heat up a lot faster and they're more energy efficient. But the big thing is they directly heat up whatever pot or pan you put on it. Instead of heating the surface so much, the surface will get like a little warm, but not so hot that if you touch it, you're gonna horrifically burn your hand. And they heat a lot more uniformly. Like I have this electric stove in my apartment, and it kind of sucks. It has like the coils that go up, and they really suck, and they don't heat up how you want it to a lot of the time. So next, just some basic equations relevant to an induction stove: your power, Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, specific absorption rate. There's some relevant stuff to that. So next, you know, it's getting kind of cold out. I mean, that's not really relevant to us. We don't really ever see snow here, but in other parts of the country, they do have, if you're real rich, they have like heated driveways, so you never have to shovel snow off. Or, you know, I think everyone can agree it's nice in your house if it's cold in there and you have, if your floor is warm. Some houses have heated flooring, and these both work by using this thing called radiant heating. So next slide. There's actually two types of radiant heating, using hydronic and electric. First, I'll talk about electric radiant heating, which is, there's basically coils running under your floor to just bring that heat up with electricity and just kind of raise the temperature, and they work pretty quickly to do so. And next, talk about hydronic heating, which is similar concept, but instead of the electric coils, it's little water-filled pipes that heat up your flooring using a boiler system. And so some benefits are even heat distribution, energy efficient because it stays warm a little bit after you turn it off as well. So next is some equations relevant to both of these. For electric, your power, Ohm's law, heat transfer equation. Hydronic is heat transfer equation, energy balance, temperature drop in the piping. So next is just kind of wrap it all up. Some places we can see thermodynamics outside the classroom. Your pressure cooker, you know, you can cook different ways, different high temperature without boiling your food, because you probably don't want to boil chicken, but you cook it at a high temperature. Induction stove is good, so you don't burn your hand on accident and heat it up quickly. And radiant heating is good for, you know, again, we don't do it here, but you never have to shovel your driveway because it just melts the snow. And if you like to have a warm flooring. So that's about it. Some places we see thermo outside. What you got?
Is it better for me to get a gas stove or the induction stove?
I mean, it's up to you, really. Do you tend to burn your hand? Have you ever touched the stove and burnt your hand?
Yes.
Well, maybe it would be beneficial. I mean, some people swear by gas stoves, but that's preference. But
Does it matter in
Yes.
cooking, really?
does it matter what?
In cooking, and both does the job done.
I would think they probably do the same job. I think electric stoves heat up faster too. So